Well, I feel really privileged to be standing here between like two industry icons. We've got John here and we've got Ed. Little different generations, but you guys are both. I'm just saying.
We didn't need that in there,
I'm just saying. But I think you guys actually have a lot in common the way you think about stuff. So first, John, like how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it since 1975.
1975.
It's been a long time. It's a long road.
That's awesome.
Yep,
so when you started it, what I mean, was it you just love mowers, or what was it that got you into this?
Mowers, didn't know anything about mowers. We used to sell plants.
Okay.
We were farmers up north, and we came down here not knowing what the heck to do. We started selling potted plants, clay pots, insecticides, fertilization, things like that. And one day a guy came in and said, "Can you fix my mower?" And we said, "I guess we can fix your mower. We can try."
Yeah.
So he dropped the mower off with us, and we were able to get it running. And a few weeks later, he said, "Hey, my friend said you fix this mower, and can you help my edger?" And we said, "Sure, we can help you with your edger." So we fixed that, and a little bit later, somebody asked us if we can get him a mower.
Yeah.
Get him a mower. We took a ride down to Snapper. We bought one Snapper mower, came back and sold it, and then we went down and bought another one, and that's kind of how it all started.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how important is the service part of it to your business?
To us, service is everything.
Huh?
We built our particular business the way we always looked at it, from the back to the front.
Okay.
If we give them the service, we feel the front of the business, the counter, the sales, everything else will follow. So that was our philosophy.
Okay.
Give customers good service, treat them fair, be honest. They'll give you the loyalty that you need to stay in business.
Yeah. And I see that when people are walking in, coming in here, they seem very.
They're very happy. They're excited to see us, and it's a win-win for everybody.
Great.
It works well for us.
There's a lot of these mowers here, which I think Ed's pretty happy about.
Yep.
Tell me about the first time that you got connected with these guys, and they said,
Jeez.
"We're going to have you stand up all day in a mower." And then how did that parlay into your sales pitch?
It sounded insane.
Yeah.
It really did, because everybody, it's either a sit-down rider or a belt drive walk behind, or a 21-inch walk behind.
Yeah.
So when these guys first came out with this, everybody looked at them a little cockeyed.
Yeah.
But it was something that was proven, and it's less footprint in the trailer, quicker, easy on, easy off, safer for the operator. It was a great idea.
So Ed, when was the first time you guys figured out that standing was going to be the right way to do it?
Well, it was an evolution of things. My parents started a landscape company in the early 80s, and they found that a big issue was keeping people year after year, because with a walk-behind mower, start getting hydros, going faster, you get burnt out so many miles a day. And they came out with a Velke, a little trailer behind the walk-behinds, to go a little bit faster and not burn out. And so we were already standing up while mowing. It was kind of a progression to get up on the machine. And so we had an accessory business, the landscaping business, and Clip software business that did billing, scheduling, routing for landscape companies. And that they sold off the different pieces and focused on the manufacturing. And in '97, we made our first stand-on mowers.
Haven't looked back since.
Haven't looked back since.
Yep.
So it's not a secret that these guys have sold a couple of these. What was, in your opinion, the reason that Green Thumb was going to be so good as a business partner for you?
Well, I think you're talking about something that's a little before my time. I mean, I grew up in the business and manufacturing. I was welding parts and that kind of thing, and then product development for about 15 years. But I can say from the early days of when Green Thumb was working with this, like we were talking about, it's all about service. This equipment, it's a boat anchor if it's not running. Right. And so it really starts with service first, and their commitment to service has been really huge in keeping it going, moving forwards, and building the business that we have today.
All right.
And I'd say an interesting thing, so we look at our warranty data and whatnot, and year after year, Green Thumb ranks as #1 in terms of our dealers that turn around when the machine went down and when the machine got repaired. And it's typically less than a day in most cases, and #1 on our list of warranty turnaround.
Yeah,
Great.
That's awesome. I heard that before, but I didn't realize it. I kind of forgot it. Yep.
That's cool. So when you're designing a mower, so you've got some great zero turns coming out now, sit down stuff, right? Mm-hmm. When you're designing a mower and you're kind of building it from the blueprints up, what's the difference between doing something completely different in a category and building and growing a category that doesn't exist to now trying to take a category that's pretty developed and trying to figure out ways to innovate?
Well, I mean, so much of this comes back to looking at the life cycle cost of a machine. We're not looking to sell the cheapest machine up front. What we're trying to do is make a machine where if you look at repair costs, downtime, longevity, residuals, maintenance costs, you put all that together and say, okay, how are we going to cut the most amount of acres with the least amount of inputs, whether it's labor and all the other inputs to the machine. We're going to make a machine that does all that the best. And so we pick through the pieces. So many of our machines today, we're taking the best of this component that we've known and we've had for a long time. And we're building, the best of all the parts. And within that realm, there's innovation. I mean, the ZXT rider that we're building now is a machine where you've got to service the engine every 500 hours, but the rest of the machine has a 1,000-hour maintenance interval. And so those are types of things that drive down that operating cost when we look at designing equipment.
Okay. And I've heard you say before, you design it to make it very easily serviced as well. It's very serviceable. Can you give me an example of that?
So we try to do that, but I'll also say the reality is we make very compact machines, so all the parts are closer together than most equipment. But part of our commitment to it is all of our engineering team, we're all hands-on people. I personally spend a lot of time with our equipment, and our engineers put them together. And when you can't get a tool on a part, naturally you're going to go change that design, right? So we generally don't ship stuff and then you can't get to it. So everything has its challenges with working on it, but overall we really make an attempt to make it easy to work on because it's going to live a long life and it's going to probably go through a couple engines or whatever that it's going to happen with that machine.
So John, I've been told you can turn a pretty wicked wrench.
Not so much anymore.
Is Ed telling us the truth there?
Ed's definitely telling us the truth. Yeah, they came out with a design that is very technician friendly. And Ed is the only one, if I went inside on Monday morning and needed to talk to Ed, I could give him a call. If he didn't pick up right then and there, I'd be getting a call back probably less than an hour. And for the manufacturer, the owner of the company to do that, he's got his name on the machine, to call back a dealer and find out what he needs and what he can do to help, it's pretty uncommon.
Pretty special.
Pretty awesome.
Pretty special.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank both of you guys for taking a few minutes to talk about this.
No problem.
Like I said,
pleasure.
you guys are awesome.
Thank
and
you.
thanks for having me at the show. It was a great show this year.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.